Heights, that's the only phobia, real phobia. Done a little bit of work on that, but I'm not particularly fond of heights, so if you suggested a bungee jump one day, I think I'd probably walk the opposite way. Yeah, heights. Heights has been a big thing, and I think that's might be vicarious phobia, because my mum has a distinct fear of heights, so it's maybe a learned behaviour modelled by my mum. You know, don't go too close to the edge, or come here, it's a bit high, it's a bit dangerous, don't go too near to the bridge, or, you know, that kind of stuff.
So, do you remember the first time?
There isn't a distinct memory. I've done, ironically, I can climb on a roof. I feel very subtle anxiety. I have to be very controlled in terms of stepping off the ladder to, say, a building 30, 40, 50 feet, whatever.
Do you remember the worst time?
I froze once on the roof, but the roof ladder that I used was aluminium, and it was very frosty on the roof, and my foot slipped off the roof ladder and through the slate roof, which kind of created an reaction. I recently, there's the Emirates air cart goes from one side of the Thames to the other, so from North Greenwich to, I can't remember the station on this side of the water, and that can make me quite nervous. I don't have any distinct first memory.
That's fine. The advantage is you don't necessarily need a distinctive first memory, and it's also very good to keep a bit of nervousness.
Yes.
What I don't want you to do is to go out and start
bungee
doing
jumping.
a Dick Van Dyke on roofs or something.
Please no. I know you could make me do that, but please
running
no.
around dancing and singing on rooftops isn't safe.
No.
So obviously it's nice to have some nervousness there, because that's a
I suppose a healthy respect would be appropriate, but I have to, you know, particularly if I'm stepping off a ladder, say for example, Dan, onto a roof, I have to be very controlled in the way that I do it, because I believe that if I don't do it in a controlled fashion, there's the potential for me to fall, and then the fear kicks in.
So, on a scale of 0 to 10, where 10 is the worst fear that you could experience, 0 is the opposite end, just thinking about that experience now.
10.
10?
Yeah, 10, Richter scale.
So it can't be any worse?
Probably 10.5, is that possible?
No?
God, I'm sweating now.
So it can't be any worse?
Oh, God, I can't believe I'm sweating. God, maybe 11, yeah, God. Yeah, I'm starting
Out of 10?
11 out of 10, yes, absolutely, yeah.
So there was a time before that incident, a time when you didn't know you were going up the ladder, you were calm, carrying on with your day as normal.
Yeah.
There was a time afterwards you'd been up on the roof, had your little moment.
Yeah.
You'd then come down the ladder, I assume, and there's a time that you were calm again afterwards.
Yeah. Oh.
Even if that time was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, there's a time afterwards at some point when you've been calm. So in a moment we're going to deal with that as a movie. So we'll imagine it as a movie from that calm point, the time where nothing had happened. You didn't even know something was going to happen.
Yeah.
All the way, you weren't thinking of roofs or anything. All the way through to that calm point, long after or whenever after, where you were perhaps just laughing with some friends or something, and it was an insignificant moment. You know, the roof thing had happened, been and gone, and it was an insignificant moment at some point afterwards. So the movie will be somewhere in the middle there that we'll be dealing with. So have a sense of, you can do this with your eyes closed if you want, and you can hear sounds around you, you can hear my voice. Can you imagine yourself sat in a really comfortable chair? And I don't know whether you'll sit comfortably in that chair with the sound of my voice, or become more comfortable with each out-breath. You may even find that you're slouched in that chair. That kind of slouch you get where you just think, oh, I don't have the effort to bother changing the channel or doing this or doing that. You're just too comfortable. Yeah, that's it. And in this comfortable place, you can just imagine a TV screen just over there, just a small little, old black and white TV screen. The old ones where you used to have to stand halfway across the room, holding a portable aerial up at an angle to watch a TV program. And even then it was fuzzy. That's it. And in a moment on that old TV screen over there, there's going to be an old movie. And it'll be that old, The Ladder movie, going from that calm point at the beginning through to that calm point at the end. And you've got the remote control, so you're able to fast forward, rewind, pause the movie, stop the movie, so you're in control. That's it. And you can just have a sense of drifting up out of your body, drifting and floating through space and time, and relaxing yourself down just over there next to the TV, so that you're standing next to that TV, looking back at you here. So you can't see the TV because it's beside you, but you can see the you sat here in this chair comfortably. And when you're over there, next to the TV, looking at the you over here, just allow the head to nod. That's it. And now I'd like you over there to just watch you over here. Watch that old distant movie through in fast forward. And so when you're ready, you can watch you pressing the fast forward button. And you can do that. And when you do that, once it's done, just let your head nod. And you can do that. Now, watching that old movie all the way through and fast forward, all the way through to the end. That's it. That's it. Very good. And now that you there by the TV can drift back into the you here. That's it. And just take a moment to relax again, deeper. That's it. That's it. And now you can drift again through space and time, drifting and floating through space and time into the TV. So you're drifting into that paused, happy end of that old movie, into the you at the end of that old distant movie over there. Seeing through your own eyes, hearing through your own ears, feeling what you feel, only everything's going to be in reverse. Everything's going to go in a different direction. That's it. And when I say now, you can press rewind. And that you over there can experience that in rewind, zipping all the way back to the beginning, to that calm point at the beginning. Seeing what you saw, hearing what you heard, feeling what you felt, only everything's in reverse. Taking just a second or two to do that. And then allowing the head to nod, and you can do that. That's right. Even beating me before I say now. That's it. And now from that calm point at the beginning, you can drift back out through space and time into the Tony here, relaxing into the Tony here. And when I say now, even faster this time, you can watch that old movie over there and fast forward, zipping really fast from the beginning to the end. So it's just a blur all the way from the beginning to the end. You can do that now, zipping all the way through to the end. That's it. That's it. And then you can, again, just drift through space and time back over to that old movie over there, into the you and that old movie over there, drifting, relaxing into that calm end point in that old movie over there. That's it. And then again, just as fast as a click this time. When I say now, you can rewind all the way back to the beginning. Seeing what you saw, hearing what you heard, feeling what you felt. Doing that now, just flashing all the way back to it. That's it. Brilliant, that's it. And then you can drift out of that old movie into the you here and now. That's it. Relaxing into the you here and now. That's it. And then when I say now, you can watch that old movie and fast forward again. Maybe you notice that any voices are different. Sort of making It's a really stupid voice. Maybe you notice other changes. You can watch it and fast forward. And you can do that now, watching that old movie and fast forward really fast. That's it. Excellent. That's it. That's it. And now you can just take a moment to watch that old distant movie, whatever rate and speed you want to watch it. Just calmly, comfortably, watching that old distant movie over there. Just before we move that TV away. That's it. That's it. And now just watch that TV shoot off into the distance, getting smaller and smaller, and then just disappearing in a puff of smoke somewhere off in the distance. And then bring up a nice big HD surround sound TV. That's it. And on that TV, just see yourself in the future. And just watch that you on that TV. Just watch them climbing ladders, going up onto roofs, having just the right level of caution and safety awareness. And notice what it is you can notice about that you over there that lets you know they're comfortable with what they're doing. Notice their face, their shoulders, their breathing. Notice what others notice about that you over there. Notice the way that they're moving, the fluidity to their movements. That comfortable awareness to their movements. Notice them just doing what they need to do, just getting on with what they need to do. And then imagine the scene changing to a different future memory. And notice that you in that situation. Notice what others would notice. Imagine turning up the volume so they're in a dialogue. Hear what that you over there is saying to themselves and how they're saying that to themselves as they calmly, comfortably, with just the right amount of caution and awareness, That's it. And then just do a third and a fourth and maybe a fifth memory. That's it. And then once you've done that, restart those memories again, only this time drift from the seat here into the you there, seeing what you'll see, hearing what you'll hear, feeling what you'll feel, being aware of you're in a dialogue, experiencing what it will be like. Experiencing what your body feels like. To have that fluidity of movement. To have just the right level of caution and awareness that's suitable for the situation. Going from one memory to another memory to another memory. And then, as you know, the changes are made. You can drift back from that into the you here, ready to open your eyes and come back to the room. So thinking about the old, the roof thing now on a scale of 0 to 10,
Naught, one, I mean, negligible. Naught, probably.
what about for doing future?
Again, naught. And I even found the original sensitising event. I couldn't recall it previously. We were in, we went on a Scandinavian cruise in '77, and we were in this really tall building with a restaurant at the top, the glass floor, called Kaknästornet. It's in Norway. And it just freaked me. It must have been about 12, 13, something like that. And just walking across a glass floor, hundreds of feet. It was the tallest building in Europe at the time. And I just couldn't, I couldn't comprehend that situation would be safe. So that edge, that kind of edge that you spoke about. But when I was visualising future events, I stood on the glass floor in the future context, and I felt very calm.
Probably take some photos.
Yeah. Wow.